Well, hello again, Brenda with Brenda's Thrifty Decor DIY. Welcome back to my channel. This is my second video for today. I announced the winner of my little coffee mug giveaway. I want to go ahead and share the answers to the questions that I asked for the giveaway contest. So the question was, go back into my library of videos and find the video that went viral with over 100,000 views. Tell me the title, the date that I published it, and what did I prepare in the video. So the young lady that won, Marion, the video was published on June the 10th, 2025. And it was called Cooking Sunday Dinner in My Thrifted Kitchen. And she said, which was correct, that I prepared barbecued and baked chicken. I did cabbage with carrots. And my son, I was expecting him to come over by 1 o'clock, but he didn't quite make it. He wound up coming about 3 o'clock, which was okay. And that particular video, at this point now, has reached 122,555 views. One of my most popular videos. People are still watching it and they're still enjoying it. I'm still getting comments on it from June to August. And I thank God for it because it really catapults me tremendously with my channel, and I thank God for it. And so I am back with you, talking more to you about this fireplace that I painted. Started it on yesterday. I put the first coat on. Today I actually finished the second coat. It looks absolutely beautiful with that second coat. Love the color, Sheffield Gray. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. The only problem is, you all, I kind of am in a pickle. I finally got the fireplace that I have been wanting. The dark, beautiful, dramatic color. The problem now is, it's not too much in my family room now that coincides with that new color. Tried out some curtains and I'm still battling with that. It looks like I may wind up having to do more of an overhaul than what I had planned. Here's the thing. I am not in the market to buy anything. I refuse to. Think what I'm gonna do with this, with the situation here in my family room. I gotta start thinking, what do I have in my house already? Upstairs, downstairs, this room, that room, that I can kind of reposition and give a new home. I'm not going thrift shopping, not spending any money because that is not in the budget. Trying to go out and buy stuff to, to blend in with this fireplace, I'm not gonna do it. I love the fireplace, and I think that when it's all said and done, it's gonna all work out. I believe the main thing is I need to move some stuff around, kind of take out some of the colors that don't blend in with the fireplace. But I think it can be done. My major pieces, wall hangings, they match perfectly. It's just more about accessories. I'm in a country with the curtain situation. But I will find the perfect curtains, but the ones that I showed you on yesterday with the gold curtains and the panel they're gonna have to just work for now. I am planning on putting blinds all the way across the back of my house, including here in my family room. I need blinds for a lot of reasons, especially with filming. During the daytime when the sun is out, in my breakfast room area, it's hard for me to film because the sun is just shining right even through my sheer curtains. So my plans are to go ahead and start looking at putting blinds on all those windows. And in my breakfast room, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 windows, and then in here, so there'll be 5, 6. I need six sets of blinds. But I think it's gonna work out. It has to, because this budget lady, like I said, I am not trying to spend any money. But one thing I can say, it all wind up pulling together in the end. And it's gonna pull together again. So what I'm gonna do today, oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you all this. So that surround, that black surround part of my fireplace, right down there where the hearth is, I did Google and I talked to the paint guy at Home Depot, and so kind of find out the reason that that area is painted black the way that that's black is because it was done with a special, what they call high heat paint. It's a high heat spray paint that you have to use in that area. There's not a lot of color choices. Walmart has several different colors, but they want almost $25 per can for spray paint. But for the most part, you're gonna Lowe's, Home Depot, they're pretty much gonna have black, they have a silver, or they have white. And I did find a gold color at Walmart. Walmart did have a gold color, and that particular one was only like $11 and some change. The silver one I went ahead and picked it up from Home Depot because what I was gonna do, I was just gonna bring them home and test them out and see what would work, because I did not want it to be black, because the fireplace, the rest of the fireplace is that dark color, that dark gray. And I didn't want to leave it black because I don't want it to look like like a hole in the wall. Everything is so dark. I think I'm gonna show it to you, because I did put samples on that area. I spray painted some blue tape and I put it on the that surround. So I'm gonna show you that. But anyway, let's go ahead and go, you all. I am not going to be defeated. This is going to get done. And it's going to be pretty. It's going to pull all together. I know it will. All right. This is the fireplace after my second coat. I won't say that it is completely dry, but it's just about there. I won't be able to put anything on it until I'm going to give it about 2 days to make sure that it is completely dry. That's the actual wall right there. That's not the fireplace. surround here, this is the gold paint, high heat paint. This one here, it says silver, but it looks more gray to me than anything. I am considering doing one or the other in this area that is black. I'm leaning more towards this one because I think this one is just a little bit too dark. These are the spray paint colors. The one that is silver is a flat. You see it says Rust-Oleum High Heat. Then you got the high heat, says Ultra. And this is the one that is gold. I got this one from Walmart. And this one here came from Home Depot. So that is the quandary now that I am in, is trying to decide what color I want to do that. And the reason I don't want to leave it black is because, remember you all, my gate that I will put back up is black. So if I put that black gate back up against this black surround, then it's going to make it even more dark. I'm going to go ahead and get the gate, and I'm just going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. This is it with the gate. Should I leave it black? Should I paint it gold? Should I paint it the silver that looks like it's about gray? I want it to be lighter. See how dark it is now that I'm pulled back some? And I don't know if I want it to be that dark like that. Put your imagination on for me and imagine that silverish color as opposed to the black with the black gate. I seriously don't think I want to do the gold because I think the gold is going to be a little bit darker than what I was looking for. If I had done gold, I would have wanted something more of, let me see, can you see that light shade right there? Something more like that, kind of a yellowish. But unfortunately, like I said, they don't really have a lot of colors to choose from for the high heat, and the guy said he would not recommend putting regular paint around the surround. I see that would have been pretty if I could have found a color like that. Oh, I really like that. And they said no tiles, no wallpaper. Here is another project that I am going to be working on. As you know, this comes off of the fireplace, sitting on the fireplace. And with that new dark gray paint, that blue is not gonna work. So what I am going to do is I am actually going to paint. And I am thinking about doing it in a pretty kind of gold, like the musical notes, but more of a solid gold, something along the line. Could you imagine that? Against that Sheffield gray. I may even paint this part of it too. I might just do that in white. There's no reason why they have to be, you know, black, or this wall hanging could be any color that I want it to be. So imagine that being gold or yellow. It could be yellow. It could be a pretty, it really could be a pretty sunflower yellow. Something that'll pop. We'll see, but that is another project that I'm going to be working on. The first thing I'm going to do is make a decision on the surround. And then once I am done with that, then I will go ahead and start the project of working on this wall hanging. Because when I put it back up on the shelf, I want it to pop. I really do. And right now with the dark colors in it, against that dark gray, it's not gonna pop. This cabinet here was never really meant to be here on a long-term permanent basis. So that is going to actually move, and I'm going to put it in my formal dining room. The only thing that I would have to figure out is what would I put over here to replace, to put my TV on. But I'm gonna go ahead now and just move this out of here, because what it's doing is it's messing with my eye in terms of what I envision that I want to do, because it has nothing to do with the decor in here. It doesn't really belong in here. It's just that the table that this TV used to be on, I wanted it to be somewhere else in my house, and this was the only thing that I had that was long enough to put the TV on. So let me go ahead and I'm going to kind of push this over out of my eyesight. I think that it already looks better without that cabinet. But I'm gonna have to find something to put the TV on top of, but it won't be anything bulky. It'll probably be like a little skinny table that's long enough to set the TV on. I don't hang TVs on my wall, so that's not an option. I know some people even do them on their fireplaces, but that would never be an option. But I'll find a nice little skinny table that's not so obtrusive, and I'll put it over here. So in the meantime, I would just let it sit there until I find a table. Oh my God, that just kind of give that area some breathing room. I like this desk where it sits over here, because I like this little setup. More than likely, I'm not going to move this. But just moving that cabinet out of here just makes such a huge difference. I have this little cute skinny table right here that I was going to see how I can incorporate it. Kind of thinking about putting it here. See how dark? I definitely gonna like, I'm gonna put that silver. That is just, it looks like a hole, and I don't want it to be dark like that. But what I'm thinking about doing with this table is maybe getting a plant and having a vine plant to kind of run down on it. And then all I would have to do on the other side is just put one more item over here. This, I don't know if it's gonna work anymore. I love this vase, but I don't know how it's gonna work. Everything is gonna be contingent upon my curtains. I'm realizing now that the probability of those gold curtains working out, I don't know. Once I get the blinds put up, then I'm not even gonna speculate right now. I'm just speculating. It's gonna all pull together. I am bound and determined. As soon as this paint cures and get dry enough, I should be able to remove the tape at least by Sunday. I'm gonna wait until about Sunday before I remove the tape off of it, because then I'll have to turn around and tape it up here in order to paint the surround. I'm telling y'all right now, I think that silver is gonna win out, because I believe that the silver is going to transmit the color and give it some brightness on the fireplace. It's a work in progress. Definitely a work in progress. I appreciate you all hanging with me with these projects, because it's one thing about when you have a home. You know, a lot of people say when you have a house. No, you can have an apartment, you can have a condo, a townhouse. Your home is always a work in progress. And I know I probably have people to say, oh, she's changing things around again. Yes, I am. Because that's just how that's how I enjoy my home. I like doing different things. I like looking around to see how I can change up stuff. That's just my nature. And I don't believe that we come up with one design and that's what we stay with for the next. Now, I do have some areas of my house that have been set up the same way for several years, but that's just not, you know, it's just not how I prefer to do stuff. When I get an idea in my head and I want to change some stuff around, I change it around. So right now, like I said, I have been wanting a dark fireplace for the longest. I thought I wanted that gold. I thought I wanted brown, but good Lord, I am so glad that my eye went to that Sheffield gray. So y'all just stick with me, and I also want to add, I appreciate your feedback all the time. I appreciate when you give me your suggestions. I appreciate when you say to me, well, Miss Brenda, I'm sorry, but that just don't look right. Hey, I listen to that too. Yeah, so I really, really thank you all for just giving me this space. Just giving me this space to be Brenda. Giving me this space just to be myself. Giving me the space to enjoy my home and just be different, do things, you know. I'm retired. This is what I enjoy doing. Besides my ministry, I enjoy working in my house. I enjoy doing things here at my house. You know, I love it. So, and I hope that you all feel the same way about your homes. Feel free to just do what you want to do when you want to do it. Change things up. Don't care about what nobody else say. If you want to, you know, got sofa going one way and you want to change it going a different way, do you. Just do you. I have people sometimes who say, well, Miss Brenda, that's just too much. Sometimes less is more. Well, you know what? I pretty much kind of stick to more. I'm a maximalist. I don't apologize for it. But I know that everybody is not me. So I respect that. That's fine. Thank you for, you know, sharing with me. And there are times when you may have said, well, Miss Brenda, that's a little bit too much. Then I'll go back and I'll take a look at it and I say, well, maybe I need to pare that down a little bit. But then there'd be times when I'd be like, look, I like it. I like my setup. I enjoy it. This is what my eye likes, and we just keep it moving. Hey you all, I hope that you enjoyed this video for today. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Leave your comment as always down in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to ring the bell so every time I post a video, you will be notified. Okay, y'all, I will be back with you on my new day of posting tomorrow, Saturday, and I will be sharing with you Nuggets from God by Minister Brenda. So look for those nuggets on tomorrow. All right, y'all, have a wonderful weekend and a very safe and happy and enjoyable Labor Day weekend. All right, you all. Bye-bye.